Everybody, I'm pushing this video out really quick before my normal Wednesday, and that is I got quite a few private emails that came in regarding that project that I started about, let's see, back in May, about close-up black and white photography and what's happening with that and what are my responses. So I'm going to share with you about a 4-minute video of some of the images I did, and I want to talk about what I've learned more in depth than I did last time. Are we ready for this? Let's do it. Everybody, welcome back to my channel. If you're new to the channel, this is dedicated to photography and as a photo artist pushing ourselves to think creatively out of the box. All right, let's take a look at, I got a lot of emails that came through, private emails. By the way, if you need to email me, you'll see that in the show notes if you prefer not to leave a comment on the YouTube channel. But the response was basically, well, how are you coming along with your project? So for the people that are fairly new, we were talking about the importance of actually a photographer or photo artist going out and doing personal projects. And some of these projects might take a year to do. Some might take 3-4 years, or if not longer. And the whole point is to create a body of work that's consistent and to publish your own, say, tabletop, coffee table book, not for sale, just for you, for yourself to showcase. And the last time I ever did one, I can't call my vacation trips with my grandkids and that, because I do produce books for that, but it's not like a photography type project. My last project, which is, boy, I think I did this back in 2015 or 2016. This right here is a 12 by 12 tabletop book. This is the last time I actually did a project. And I should talk about this project maybe in the past, but anyhow, this is just some of the work. I don't know if this is going to show up that well or not, but the title of this, we'll see if that can be seen, but the title of this was that Heroes, Warriors, and Zombies. And that was the last time I did this private project, and I always talk about the importance of having a project. That was always pounded in my head, that you should always do something as a photographer that's special. And I never had time to do another one because I got so involved with too many clients, and I was supposed to stop doing client work last year, and that didn't work out too well because I had a problem saying no to some things. So I put my foot down and go, this is it. This is the year I let go of client work. So May was the last month I did that. And then I jumped out toward the end of May because the weather broke a little bit. And I decided to do a personal project to produce another tabletop book. And that was to do close-up photography. I wanted it to be done in black and white, but I was shooting in color. I shot in JPEG. I explained exactly why I was doing all those settings and stuff. If you missed the videos, I'll put a link in the show notes where you can go back. I had to do it in 2 parts. But here's what I want to talk about. I actually learned more as I went through and started editing some of the images. And I'm going to show a couple images right now that, or at least one that I like, but the other one I don't like. So let's take a look at this right now. Okay, now I'm going to show you a 4-minute video of the images and stuff, but I just want to talk about this real quick. I started doing images like very contrasty, and at the end of the video, I'll talk a little bit more about what I learned. But one of the things I didn't like was I was doing stuff like this where I was actually pushing the contrast all the way on some of the images, all the way to the right, and the texture, or I should say texture and clarity all the way to the right. I was pushing more of the contrast to make it very contrasty. I wanted some grain in there, and I was putting these borders around it like that, which I really like. So I decided, I keep doing all these images with the same style and look. I try to do something different, and it was this look. It's very soft type of look. And it's very unique and it's nice, but here's the problem. It just doesn't fit with the other images. In other words, it's like all the other images have the same style, and all of a sudden I hit this one and I go, I shouldn't put this in the book. So I want to talk about the book for a moment before I show you the video. Now, the video is just what I have done so far. I've got a lot to go right now, and I want to do a tabletop book. It might be 12 by 12 or 10 by 10 in size. And I want at least 50 images in the book. Well, to do that, I just know from experience, I'm just not going to go out and do 50 images. I need to go out and process about 75 to maybe 80 images to come up with like the best of the best to put in the book. Because a lot of times we do things and you go, oh, that really came out great, but is it worth to be printed? All of a sudden you might back off on that a little bit. So it's always better to overdo the amount of images so you can select the best of the best. And my goal is to have 50 to produce that book. My goal is to have that book done by the end of the year. I will showcase a book for you. Again, it's not for sale. It's all about personal projects. So I'm trying to emphasize and encourage you to pick a topic that you've never done before. Because I photograph people, and that's what I did for years and years and years. That's where I made my money. Now, I'm not doing this anymore. I want to do private projects, personal stuff for me, and stuff to satisfy me, and that's out of my comfort zone. So this was close-up photography, and at the end of the video, which is around 4 minutes, I'll talk a little bit more about what I learned in my process of putting these images together. So with that out of the way, let's jump into the video. Okay, and there you go. That's just a showcase of some of the images. Now, will they all make the book? Absolutely not. And I've got a lot more images I need to work on when I get a chance. And then I'll go through the probably 75 or 80 and pick out the ones I feel will represent really well in the tabletop book. But again, I'm pushing myself to do those projects, and I'd like to do something almost every year. It just a different time for me in my life, and I think it's so important to do this. And again, it's always been taught to me years. I mean, Joel Grimes and everybody else that are up there and they got a lot of experience talk about the importance of doing personal projects. So I'm trying to encourage you to do the same thing. All right, so with that out of the way, let me talk about a little bit more what I learned. And I had to make a little list here to make sure I don't forget anything. I know I talked about when I was framing the shot in the camera, one of the issues I had was I made it a square frame that I was shooting. And doing a composite, I was so used to doing, the typical size, 2x3, whatever. And just framing my shot, I just felt so uncomfortable doing a square. Then I started getting used to it. And what I found was, as I'm editing the images that I'm selecting to throw it into, Photoshop and whatever, most of the images I never cropped at all. It was exactly the way I shot it. And then I just was converting it to black and white. There were a few that I cropped in a tiny bit, and that was because there was a distracting element on the side, and it was just easy and quick just to move it in a little bit, and that was it. The other thing I was doing, and I've never done before, because when you're shooting people, I just don't do that, and that is, you'll notice that some of the images in that slideshow were actually on an angle. So I was actually photographing like this on something that might look interesting on an angle rather than, say, straight on. So I was playing with that. So that was something else that I used. And that was, again, tilting the camera. I had mentioned that when I was processing the black and white images, I was pushing the contrast way up, and also texture and clarity. I was pushing that up in camera raw. Some of it was 100% based on the image and that. And then I was throwing it into Photoshop and a plugin and that to do the borders and that kind of stuff there. But again, I didn't like that soft look because I was experimenting, and I go, no, I like the grungy look. I like more of the grain in there, that kind of stuff. And again, that's a personal thing, right? So, and then I talked about the importance of, I'm going to do 50 images in the book, and it's going to take me more images that I have to process, say about 75 to 80, to pick, say, the best that would go in the book for the 50. Now, another project I'm going to work on, which I'm pretty much done, it's just that I probably won't be able to get to it till next year, and that is over 15 years of shooting. When I started shooting models and people, I would ask them to do a really goofy look, as goofy as they could, just sort of break the ice. And I take a couple of shots and got them laughing and losing. I decided that I'm going to put a tabletop book together called Funny Faces, and it's just going to be like the top 50 images. And I think I'm going to go square on those. And I think I'm going to go with black and white rather than color, because some of the images I got were great, but some of the background colors and stuff, they were very distracting in the image. And I think it'll just come out much better as a black and white image to go into a book. So, and with that out of the way, I really learned a lot. I'm so happy to commit to a project now that I have time. So as I mentioned before, I want to spend more time for the YouTube channel and also doing personal projects. I am teaching some classes here in Michigan on and off, maybe about 3 or 4 a year. But somebody also asked me on my email, I thought you were going to put a class together, and the first one was going to be working with overlays and textures. And the answer is yes, but because I couldn't say no last year with clients, I got way behind. So I'm going to work hard. I'm going to try to get that done by the end of the year. And as I promised, it's a class I do hands-on that is $100 for that class. This is going to be $10. You're going to get the similar information. I might just minimize the amount of projects you're going to get versus the live one, but you're going to get over 60 assets, and that's textures, clicking masks, all these other things that you could use in your projects. So that's going to be coming down the pike. Hopefully I'll have that by the end of the year. Okay, you guys. So again, let's get that camera out. Let's make a decision, people. Let's commit to a personal project, something that's out of your comfort zone. Work hard at that. Take your time at it. There's no hurry. And remember, you only have to satisfy You're not doing this for anybody else. You're not doing this to be liked by other photographers, because what you like, I guarantee you other photographers, they're not going to like everything that you do. It's just human nature. Just like if I, make spaghetti, I make spaghetti a certain way. Not everybody's going to like that way. They like their way better, right? So this is for you. Okay, so until next time, see ya.